and someone will give each of us one, and I'll eat mine, and then I'll look in like the cabinet like 2 months later, and she's got half eaten. She eats like a little square at a time. I'm like, are you a serial killer? Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, if we go and get candy and we like bring it home, they're gone the next day. There's no way that they're staying.
Oh. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of House Rhules. Coming off a huge on the road against UCLA, live from Husker Content Studios, where podcasts, radio, TV, all is done. One of the best centers in the entire country. I'm proud that this week we can kick off our bye week with a special episode from the Potash Twins. This is House Rhules. I had a friend I had a girl that I grew up with in New York City, and she sent, like, I got them tickets to a game or something, and she had sent us this thing, like, you know, she knows I have 3 kids, and it was like, pick your favorite 3 candies. It was like a thing, and then all of a sudden, like, all this stuff came, and so my kids were discussing because I picked Runts, and I picked all the banana Runts. It was all these old school candies.
The hard ones.
Yeah, that's hard.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
So they were like,
Banana's my favorite in the Runts ensemble.
Yeah, but I still won't, unless it's the only candy around, I won't eat that.
So I won't do like a Skittle. I won't do like I like for some reason the banana Runts have always just been like heaven to me.
They're a little too close to Pez for me. Like I have a strong reaction to what we refer to as chalk candy. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. I don't like the texture of it. For me, like, texture is super important in candy. Like, it's part of
That's why you're eating candy.
So I don't love, like, hard candy for that reason.
Like, if you were to have said Necco wafers, we would probably have left.
Really?
Our manager likes Necco wafers, and we barely talk to him. Oh, you do?
But here, I have to explain why. Okay, so when I was growing up, my dad, my grandfather, like, my grandfather was like an old, World War II type. Mm-hmm. And my dad, like, we would go to the store, and my dad would get Chuckles.
Yeah. Wait, their Chuckles are from
Illinois.
Galena, Illinois.
Really?
Yeah, it's like not too far from.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
3 hours away.
But it just drove me nuts. You got 6, 5, whatever it was at the time.
One of each color too. Yeah, you know.
And I don't want to eat the green one. I just want the black and the red.
You want the black one? Do you like Juji fruit?
No, I don't like Juji. Too gummy for me.
Oh, okay, really? But it does have the black anise seed licorice.
Yeah, a little bit of anise. I'm with you. But I like the Necco wafers because when I bought them, because again, we were buying we weren't buying fancy candies. But when I bought them, that's like 100 pieces compared to the
right.
to the Chuckles. So it was like, but I for years, my wife's mom, before she passed away, for Christmas, she would just get me black and red jelly beans, like the really good ones. Like she was like, this is all he wants. He doesn't want anything else.
Do you like cinnamon candy too?
Like hard candy,
Red Hots or hot tamales.
Hot tamales are my favorites.
Okay, we are diametrically opposite.
Agreed.
Oh no,
but I respect it. Okay. I just don't personally like when I'm getting candy. I'm like, stay away from the hot tamales and stay away from.
Yeah, and I'm the guy when you go to like a Mexican restaurant, they say, "Oh, that's not that hot." It's always that hot for me. But I love hot tamales. I like the old ones, the old Mike and Ike's. Yeah. Good and plenty.
Oh, good and plenty.
But not good and fruity. Good and plenty.
Oh, good and, yeah.
Also in the black licorice flavor profile.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the texture of a good and plenty.
Yes, because you get to bite off the outside, and then you still have a little bit of a licorice on the outside.
Is technically referred to as a dragée. Anything that's like coated in that candy, like
a Skittle,
Well, no, more like an M&M. An M&M is also a dragée. Like anything that's like a candy, but then dipped into kind of like a sugar coating, or that's a dragée.
So downstairs in our house, have we started the podcast by now?
You guys already got it.
You might as well just add this in. Yeah. If you go downstairs in our house, like we have out in Waverly, we have a pool house, and then downstairs we kind of made it like concrete floors, like a bar, TV, so like when players come over or people can come over, it's kind of a fun area, right? But in the back, Julie has like all these things of candy, and her whole family's gluten-free, so it has to be gluten-free candy, and it's kind of like for us, for their friends, or for when kids come over, and it is so controversial that I love Reese's Pieces. And people think people
What's controversial about
Reese's
Reese's
Pieces? They
Pieces?
want Kit Kats, they want Reese's peanut butter, like the mini peanut butter cups. They want all those things. But I think Reese's Pieces are by far, like Reese's Pieces are the kind of thing, we stayed at a friend's house, a donor's house, and my wife was like, we were skiing there, they were gone.
You're on your best behavior.
She was like, don't touch anything. And she came downstairs, and they had this whole thing of Reese's Pieces, and she said, who ate the Reese's Pieces? We're going to have to go to the store. I don't even know where the store is. We're in the mountains. It was me. I did it. I was like, I can't help myself. Once I have one, I'm like E.T. Like I just have to.
They're impossible to stop eating Reese's Pieces.
Our addiction to candy is so bad that I would say we don't even like Reese's Pieces, and we've had 2 boxes this week.
I don't even like chocolate that much. Like, I'm a gummy person, but like if there's Reese's Pieces around, they shouldn't be around.
So your favorite is what?
Gummies.
Gummy candy.
Like any Haribo, gummy worms, like gummy bears. That's our favorite.
We like gummies that bite back.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your feeling on, now that if this is controversial, forgive me, the nerds that are on the cluster?
Nerds gummy cluster?
Yes.
So nerds by themselves are not my favorite texture. Texture is really important to me, and they don't really have any. But the Nerds Gummy Cluster is good because it's basically, the way I think about it is, a Nerds Gummy Cluster is just a cut up Nerds rope. And I think the gummy inside the Nerds rope, if you get past the Nerds on the outside, the gummy within the Nerds rope is top tier chef's kiss gummy.
So I, like you, don't like nerds necessarily. I did back in the day, but like I used to get like just chug the one side, like. But my kids kept getting them. I was like, this is stupid. I'm not buying this. We went to the movies, and I was like, oh my goodness. Like, the texture is amazing. You get a burst of flavor. So, okay, so I at least I'm there with you on that.
Yeah.
The Haribo I struggle
We
with.
found common ground.
Is Haribo too chewy for you?
Yeah, and just like, not like I could eat 1,000 Swedish fish. I don't know if that counts. That might be a little bit more chemical.
Based versus gelatin based, but they're both gummies somewhat.
So maybe I'm going to try the Sweet Stash and I'll just find the right things and you can leave me.
So our texture at our candy company, Sweet Stash, it's somewhere in between Haribo and Albanese, but not chewy like Haribo.
It's soft on initial bite, but then it's chewy. Like you get maybe 2 or 3 bites, chews, before you're done with a gummy. Whereas Haribo, I'd say you get like 10 or 15.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like them as chewy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did give was it Haley? Yeah. Was it Haley?
Hallie,
Hallie, sorry.
So they are gluten free. So I know
He knows. Yeah.
That's the first thing I read. When I read it, I was like, gluten free, because like everything in our house is like, my wife is like, for years we didn't know, and then my son was not growing, and all of a sudden he's 14 years old, and we took him all these different hospitals. We go to Cook's Children's Hospital in Dallas, and they say celiac. And my wife went to culinary school. She's a registered dietitian too. She was like, and so the whole house just flipped. And so my middle daughter, also, she sprouted up, and then Julie felt better. I'm an at-home gluten-free person. Like if I'm somewhere and they say there's a great slice of pizza, I'm going to get it.
You're gonna get it.
In fact, have you ever been to Yoshitomo?
Many times.
So David, we went to one omakase.
We've done Oda. We did Oda. Whenever we have like people that we bring to Omaha, we're gonna go and see David, and we're gonna go to Oda, and we've brought in people from all over the world who are like the biggest fans of sushi. They think that's the best sushi on planet Earth.
I love it.
Omakase, yeah.
So I told Julie, I said, listen, I went. I said, Julie, because we had been before the restaurant. She had taken me for my birthday, and then we went and did that, and he was amazing. And she said to me, I said, listen, there's no gluten, there's no substitutions. You're going to eat the eat the soy. You're going to eat that. And she was like, done. And we went there, and she was like, this is, it's just amazing. So he had never been to a game. I was like, I'm trading you tickets, but I'll give you tickets to a game. I get first call the next time I need I need to go to the counter.
Yeah.
It's so good though. We're big sushi fans.
What color did you just eat? Do you know?
Red.
Red?
I think it was pink, maybe. Wait, are you sure it was?
You don't know? He doesn't know the color red? This is the head coach of Nebraska football.
Good point.
I thought I went red because it was Nebraska. I thought that was, but you know what? The camera. Let's look back. Can we look back?
Let's roll the tape. I don't know what that means in coaching terms.
Can I make a public apology to?
There is pink there, and there's a chance I probably shouldn't look at it.
What are you doing correcting the man?
He's pretty sure it was pink. He's just trying to be nice to you right
I saw
now.
pink in your hand. I do need to make a public apology to Coach. I know he can tell his colors apart. He's very, very proficient at his job. I'm sorry. This is your podcast.
There's no public apologies. If it's red, it's red. If it's pink, it's pink. It's like football. The tape shall set you free. So.
See, I'm not used to having like a playback button and letting it speak for itself.
I love this. First of all, happiness. It's in the bag.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
That's controversial.
We've just always been like really nerdy about candy, and when you're like a touring musician, you get to experience different candy from all over the world. And we've had a gripe with candy in America for kind of a while. Like, there's no reason that we should have cancerous dyes in candy. I don't think it's really respectful to the part of the world that actually cares about what's in their food. We say 0% corn syrup, 100% corn Husker, because go big red. Because go big red.
Even our gelatin is from Nebraska.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how is this only 90 calories?
Oh, one serving is 90 calories.
Okay.
How many servings does it say?
3.
So
That's still that's
I mean,
that's
a
not
candy
bad.
bar is the same, maybe even
Yeah.
500.
I'm not sitting here counting calories. I'm sitting here like looking at it like this is a lot of taste. And you know what? This is like this isn't it wasn't like I'm just gonna eat it all at once. It's gonna take me a little time, relax.
I don't have that.
No, I'm gonna eat the whole bag.
No.
But I'm not gonna like if you handed me a candy bar, I would eat it within 3 seconds.
100%. I don't really have the best self-control with candy.
We just inhale candy. so
Yeah.
it's not.
You
I
could
won't
put it,
even chew this.
You could do a countdown clock to the play, and it would be gone by the time the play started for sure.
Well, I've been having this conversation with some of our coaches. Some of our guys, they do like Zins, you know. And I'm like, I don't do them. They're like, they give you energy. I'm like, guys, listen, I have an addictive personality. Like I like football, so I do football all the time. Like I've cut out some things in my life. Like okay, I should stop this. I'm addicted. Like I can't start something like that, or I will be addicted. Like if I'm gonna be addicted, I want something that brings me happiness in the bag. Like this is like
Thank you, Coach.
this is what.
I think people that are used to like very high pressure situations tend to have addictive personalities because I think I can see this for myself as a musician. Like if you practice 8 hours a day, like I used to do, you're kind of used to like extremes. So like,
And you're just like, unleash me.
and you're used to like a different level of adrenaline than I think most people are used to. So like performing on stage, high level of adrenaline, playing on the field, high level of adrenaline, being in front of cameras, same thing. So like your kind of baseline is different. I think a lot of people that don't experience that, they're able to kind of maintain a more natural baseline. But I think if what you do is very public or you're doing things in high pressure situations, you tend to be like just more adapted to that. So
Cool.
yeah, I understand.
It's winter in Nebraska, and that means Husker football is in full swing. But we know a lot of businesses tend to slow down, which makes it the perfect time to upgrade your company's fleet of trucks. The crew at Revolution Wraps has you covered. They've been powering up brands for over 20 years, inside and out. Since 2004, they've been serving the Midwest with everything from custom vehicle wraps to interior and exterior graphics to security film and more. And now they've added Revolution Upfitting. That means adding shelving, ladder racks, partitions, lighting, and so much more. One drop-off, one pickup, and 2 great upgrades from the family-owned business right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Get started on minimizing your fleet's downtime by visiting revolutionwraps.com. Mention House Rhules in your online quote requests, and you'll get 20% off our full Power Fleet package, which includes a vehicle wrap and a custom upfit kit built to your brand's needs. Power up your brand at revolutionwraps.com. Well, I tell our guys sometimes, I'm like, because they're all young, right? And they're going through that phase where like the pressure is so much, and I'm like, the pressure, or whatever you want to call it, is what lets you know it's worth doing. What makes you feel alive. Like I don't want to feel hollow inside. I said, football and being on the football field, well, there's so much pressure, so much chaos, and I can't control everything. But it's such a high when you have it. I feel like I've given my life to doing it, and so I can't imagine like doing. I got fired in North Carolina, and they were like, "Oh, you got 4 years on your contract," and like after like a week, I was like, I need to be doing. I'm going to go coach high school football. I need to coach ninth grade. Like driving down the street, like are there kids that want to be coached, right? Like because it's just like you like that feeling of. I like the feeling of wow. If I mess up right now, like everyone in the world would know it. Like they'd have a lot to say. But I can't even imagine like going on stage. You play 1,000 beautiful notes, and you hit one note that's just a little bit off, and then everyone's going to notice.
And that's all you think about too when you walk off the stage. It's like that one note.
I embrace the bad notes. Like I think kind of this is coming from like a jazz musician's perspective, but like the most beautiful shit happens when you're going for it, and when you go for it, you're going to play a bad note, but you don't play the most amazing thing you've ever played if you don't go for it, and it's just kind of a risk of doing that. And I think another thing is like you're so locked in, you're not even thinking about technique. You're just at one with the music itself. You're so in the zone, like in the vibe. Like all you care about is just being in that moment and kind of like expressing yourself. And sometimes, bad notes are just a part of life. Like life has bad notes, life has good notes. But if you're
they're gonna remember that one good throw that was 45 yards that everyone caught.
Like, look, getting sacked is a part of football. Messing up a note is a part of being a musician. It's just kind of like
we had Troy Vincent in, 16 years in the NFL, and he's up for the Hall of Fame, College Football Hall of Fame. Now executive of the NFL, and his son's on our staff, works with us. And the one thing he said was he was talking about the game, and he said, I've told my kids their whole lives, how do you stop a great athlete? and his son in the back said, he said, son, how do you stop a great athlete, Troy Jr.? And he goes, you make them think. And it's kind of like you said, like getting into the zone. And I always look at it like, we have all these dots in our head. We have all this noise and all this music, all these distractions like fear, doubt, this, that. I need to do this. And it's like those moments where all those things dissipate and you just have one or two dots are like the beautiful moments with you guys and really with us. If it's depending on the context that it's in, it can be recorded and live forever, right? Like the greatest, like I love listening to like live albums. Oh, you know, I love live shows. Like my wife and I, she was kind enough to me after we beat Cincinnati. I was like, I want to go see the Turnpike Troubadours on Friday night, and she was like, she's not a venue person. She likes to be kind of quieter.
I get this.
And she was like, I'll go with you, and it's just like watching people get up on stage and do what you guys do, and like. You can take it any direction you want to take. You said go for it. Can you think back about your career? Do you remember like, hey, this one song, this one show, this one performance? Are there iconic moments personally?
In every one, like I think, I'm not saying that in like everything I do is like amazing.
I will say, as your twin brother, like you have a huge confidence, and I think that helps you going into performances because you do just take really big risks. I would say I've really never seen you fall flat on them, which is kind of an amazing thing because I'm really not that way. I'm not much of a risk taker like that. But as an artist, it is really cool to see somebody who's like, yeah, well, whatever happens, it'll either be great or be horrible, but like I'm going for it.
Let me translate it into football, and thank you for that. But when you work so hard at something like discipline, technique, learning the fundamentals, you go into a situation trusting yourself. Like when I go on stage, I know I can play trombone, and I'm excited for anything to happen. Like I'm excited for the adversity in a way because that's something I couldn't have put onto myself. Adversity just happens on stage, and it gives you something to work with. I think in football, adversity is sort of similar. Something might happen out of your control, but it's how the team decides to handle it, how the players decide to handle it.
You should go talk to the team. That's what I say, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, he said it again." You'd say it, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that's brilliant." Like I say to them, I say adversity, really in your opponent, but adversity is actually your friend. I show them all the time. Kobe Bryant tearing his Achilles. He's the best player in basketball at the time. Tears his Achilles, goes to foul line, makes the foul shots, goes off. And they make him talk to the media. He's crying. Like you can tell he's been crying. His face is red. He's got his Lakers jersey still on. They just confirmed he tore his Achilles. He's talking to them. Behind him is the Stonecutter credo, which says something to the effect of like when all else seems to fail, I go and watch the Stonecutter, and who at the 100th strike, breaks open the stone, and I know it was not that one strike, but the 100 that came before it, right? And it's like just to keep pounding the rock, keep hitting the stone, and not that many people would know that, but I just happen to know that, and I see it, and I'm like, wow, what an iconic message. And it's like they're asking him, are you done? You're 30-hour-old, you'll never come back from this. And it's like he has this adversity that he then comes back from to become the greatest player again. And it's like he confirms and reconfirms his status only because he had adversity. Or to your point, we go out there in a game and it's like we're down by 17 points. It's the worst adversity. And then we come back and all of a sudden they make a movie about this game. Or you guys go out there and like something goes wrong and then all of a sudden you take what might, I don't know your world, but you take what might be bad or what might be whatever and you make it great,
Some of the best performances we've ever had is when something goes wrong because it puts that fight or flight risk on everybody, so we're all just now listening to each other. Like none of us really know what to do, but that's when we're listening the best, and we're like, oh yeah, he's struggling, or he needs this kind of help, or let's bring the bass up, or let's bring the drummer just gonna like signify this note or whatever. And that's when the best stuff happens because none of us really know what's going on, but we're all listening, like fighting for our life.
You're also sort of past the point of caring.
Yes.
And I think that's really important too. Like when you're on stage and something goes wrong, I don't know if I can curse on this, but you're kind of just like, F it. Like I'm gonna do me at this point. And I think as a musician, that's when the biggest beauty happens, is when you've kind of like let that part of your brain that is trying to calculate a way out. When that quiets in your mind, that's the best. Like if I could have that happen in the studio, I'd be the happiest person on earth. I don't know if you can do it in the studio. I think that's why live albums are better than recorded albums.
It's funny you say that, and I don't want to like always make a segue to football, but it's kind of like, by the way, the blue.
Oh, blue.
Really vibe the blue.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
I like
That's
the vibe
that
of that.
Jazzberry Twins right
Yeah,
there.
I like that. So, last game, we're beating Akron. It's 33-0, but they're driving before the half. and they hit a run, and I'm like, what in the world? And John Butler's my new D coordinator. We're just getting to know each other. And he's like a Philly guy, a tough guy. And I say to him, I say, hey, just defend the goal line. Basically like, hey, they're in field goal range, give up the field goal, but just don't let them score a touchdown. Probably the proper call. And like, he's a very respectful guy. And he goes, F these guys. And he calls 0 blitz, double linebacker in the A gap, free safety down the middle. And I was like, okay. And he went through, and we ran the guy out of bounds, and then they ended up missing the field goal. And I said to him yesterday, I said, one of the places where we're at as a program is like, we spend so much time like trying to learn, trying to figure everybody else. At some point, you kind of have to be like, F these guys. Like, I'm tired of hearing about everybody else. Like, it's about time and when you stop worrying what other people think, and that's the hardest thing in football. I tell our guys all the time, if you would play this game the way you practice, because when you practice, if you make a mistake, you just play the next play. When you make a mistake in front of 90,000 people and people you love, and you feel like you're letting them down, you're like, oh, it's in your head for the next hour. When you get past that and you kind of get over yourself, to me, that's where true beauty happens,
And what was the reward of that? 68-0.
That's right. That's right.
That's exactly what happens. You trust your training, you trust your mindset, you trust your players, you trust your band, you trust your team, and you have fun. And sometimes, we don't calculate our world in scores and points, but like in years you do, that clearly was incredibly effective. And I mean, this week has been amazing for Nebraska fans. Like, we're all so proud of what you guys are working on right now. It's unbelievable. Like, the excitement around this season is, I don't think I've ever experienced anything like this. We were not like sentient human beings in the era where Nebraska was the best. I feel like that feeling, I think, now.
I appreciate you saying that. It's funny, like, what I do think we have similar, though, is like, Will Compton released a video. We were going to put it out the next day. He put a video of like me yelling and screaming like a madman in the locker room. But, I think the point was what I was saying was, I said, I don't care about the score. I don't care about the outcome. I don't care what people say. I care about what the tape looks like. And like for you guys, like you create a piece of music, like you've created something, right? Like for us, we create a score, but really like the film, like I tell our guys all the time, like, someday you're going to show your kids your film. Like, Dad, could you play? Let me show you, son, what I look like. I said, do you want them to watch you jogging around? Oh, I was tired on this play, son. You're not going to want to say you were tired. You're going to, like, this film, these recordings, like they live forever. And so like, I want to produce something beautiful. Like, and that's kind of why we did this. Like here you guys are in the genre, you guys are, multi-platinum like artists on television, like now you're moving into new genres, like you're merging all these different parts of our culture, and here we are, we're in football, but like we want to do the same thing, like we want to be relevant to all the people in Nebraska nationally, but at the same time I don't ever want to not create something good.
Well, you have this special opportunity now, like in this job, to make a huge difference, and I think everybody's seeing the result of that, like the fruits of that. The one thing I feel like would be so hard is the day you enter the program, like how quickly do results come? Like, do they come when you want them to come, or do they come when it happens? Like, how does that work as a coach?
I will say, being like Nebraskans, and we're in Nebraska a lot of the time, but most of the time the only thing they know about Nebraska is the football team. So we are kind of also tied to how well you're doing.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we've had a lot of great things to say. I think the last couple of years have been amazing. We're very excited for the rest of it too.
And I think something that's so special about Nebraska in Nebraska football is just how supportive Nebraskans are. I think that's something that I wish I could communicate to the outer world a bit more. It's like our superpower here in Nebraska. Like, people want people here to succeed. I think a lot of places you go, like they kind of enjoy tearing people from their place down. That doesn't happen here.
No.
People here want our own to win.
Unless the coach isn't winning.
Well,
but even then, it's funny. Like you can see, like we're in like my office now. I have like 3 dog things over there. My wife, like we live out on some farmland, but like we downtown. My wife walks to the games with my daughters. She walks in here. She puts the dogs up. She goes to the game. At halftime, she comes over, walks the dogs. And then she walks home, win or lose. And the first, we didn't always win the first year. And, take social media out of it. Like, that stuff's fake, right? Like, but how people treat you here is amazing. And one of the main reasons why when I was looking at this job, I have a 20-year-old son who's a sophomore here at school. He goes to school here. I said, bro, don't go to school here. I'm the coach, dude. Like, it could be good, it could be bad. But I have 12 and 10-year-old daughters, and they're the most important thing for me because they're not more than him. But I'm saying like my kids and my daughters are growing, and so like they're growing up through all this, and I'm able to be a father here. Like I can go watch my daughters at a volleyball game, and the thing about people in Nebraska, they will not bother me during the match. Now, when the match is over, I get up. I might take 200 pictures, and I'm glad to do that. I think that's part of this job because the unique thing here is it's not like when I was at Baylor, my neighbor was a Texas Tech person, had a UT guy across the street. So when we won, but some people were like, I was hoping they were going to lose.
It must be nice to be in a state where it's like all unified around one football team. Yeah. Like I could imagine being in another state where it's like there's 40 different football teams and they're all fighting each other. Like the feeling of coming here must be so different because the whole state's behind you.
I mean, even Iowa has like 4 other teams.
Right. Like, is that a unique thing to Nebraska?
It's unique. It reminds me of when I was in Texas, and like some like small towns in Texas, like they only have one school in the school district, right. And like everyone in the town goes to the games. Like I meet
Friday
so many
Night
people.
Lights
Friday Night Lights, right? I meet so many people here who, while they are from Nebraska or they live here now, maybe they went to school somewhere else, or maybe they live somewhere else, came here. But everyone in the state is they want the University of Nebraska football to be successful. It brings tremendous pride and it unites all these people. And so it puts a lot of pressure, not in a bad way. Like we want to put together a good product. We want people to feel good. But there's really nothing. I try to define it to like my friends from Philly. It's like, if you're a Giants fan, you're not walking into Eagle Stadium. You're just like, you know what, I'm not going in. And it's kind of like that here. Like, we're just happen to be really nice to the visiting teams. Like, we cheer for them and then hope we beat them 68-0, then cheer for them on the way out.
Yeah, we're hospitable here in Nebraska to our opposing teams, I think.
And we've got Runza.
That's right.
You're going to have to come here for the Runza anyway. May as well watch the team win a game.
So last week I found out I was being charged every month for this photo app my kids downloaded. Well, today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is an easy-to-use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. I love using Rocket Money to cancel my unwanted subscriptions. You connect your bank account and it identifies all your subscriptions in a single list. Then you select the ones you don't want or need anymore, and Rocket Money may be able to help you cancel with just a few taps. Also, it's just a great tool for saving money. I know Rocket Money has helped me and my family save money, and they've helped customers save up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Who couldn't use another $740? To try Rocket Money out today and unlock more features with premium, head to rocketmoney.com/rule or click the link in the video description. So if you're in LA, if you're in New York, and you're wearing something Nebraska, do people ever say to you, "Go Big Red"? Or
oh yeah, all over the world we've gotten that. I remember we were in China and we were like at a bar. We had just performed, and somebody came up to us and they're like, "I'm from like Kearney or something." We're like, "What?" Literally, you could be the furthest place in the world away, and there's a Husker fan right there or somebody from Nebraska. It's amazing.
We're almost always wearing a Husker item, like a hat or a sweatshirt or something.
One of our favorite things is like collecting like vintage Husker stuff.
Which I have a new theory on. We need to. I know how like vintage clothes works this way, where like older stuff is cool, but like at a certain point, like we need to make the new stuff cool because the new stuff's happening now. Like we're winning now, kind of thing. Like it shouldn't be. They shouldn't all say 1993 on it.
That's right. This is future vintage gear.
Right. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. So we're just early collectors. When you're buying new, you're collecting early vintage.
I love that. It's funny that I said that a week ago. I was like, it was one thing to play in Kansas City, which was amazing. And a lot of people went down to the game. But I'm like, but we need to play well at home in front of the students because they're the ones who like going to meet their wife at a game or go on a date or like I want 20 years from now, 30 years from now, when I'm no longer coaching, I want all those people in the stadium to have been like, oh, remember back in 2025? Do you remember when they did this? Do you remember 2020? Yeah. Like last year for me, like beating Colorado was one of the great moments I've ever been a part of.
That was so good. By the way, so good. Thank you for providing that to us.
I enjoyed it. it's funny, like, I'm kind of like raised in a world of football where there's no such thing as rivalries. And like
they started it with us. I feel like
after the first year with
I
Colorado,
don't think you're a rival, but
I was like, well, I was like, well, I definitely want to win next year. And now after 2 years with Iowa, and I have a lot of respect for, I'm like, okay, I can see it. Like, we went to Iowa, most beautiful moment. Like it's one of the most beautiful moments I've seen in sports. Like waving at the kids in the hospital, and as I'm doing that, I never look in the crowd, but you have to. And I get done, and I look down, and people just said some horrific things to me, and I was like, well played, well played.
Like, we just had this beautiful moment where we were waving to a children's hospital. Thank you for spoiling that so quickly.
Right.
Thank you.
It's over now, and we hate you, Coach Rhule. And I was like, join the club.
At least we had what we had then.
Our theory on school rivalries is just to get two border states to support each other's like games.
That's right. That's well said. So if everyone drives to each other's games,
then they show
I think
up.
it's an economic thing, not necessarily like, I don't even know if that's true. It seems kind of logical.
Well, you think about the old days here when they were in the. I guess what, Big 8, then Big 12, like driving to Kansas, driving to Kansas State, driving to Missouri, them coming here. And then, now, like, we play, like, we're going to Maryland in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
We're going to
USC.
Exactly. Yeah, we're going to USC. USC is going to come. How many people from USC are going to come here? And then we're going to go to UCLA. I feel pretty good that we'll have a lot of people at the Rose Bowl. Like, I was afraid that was going to be a Friday night game because that's hard for people. But the minute they did make it a Friday night game, I was like, oh, yeah.
You're like, they can make it between Friday night and Saturday.
That's right.
I want to tell you something, too, because we didn't grow up watching football. Like, we just weren't a sports family. And when we moved to New York City for music school, we kind of were like, I wouldn't say we were homesick, but we were kind of missing that connection to home. And that's when we started watching Husker football.
Until we got kicked out of the Nebraska bar.
Which is a whole other story, but we haven't missed a
That sounds like a story we need to hear in a minute.
Okay, yeah. But
we'll circle back on that.
But we haven't missed a game since then because no matter where we are in the world, like we reserve whenever a Husker game is for like our time to just feel connected to Nebraska and feel connected to home. And like
seriously,
the fall is the best time of year because I don't know, it's just grounding. It's like this is where we're from. These are our people. This is a community we support. This is a community that supported us. Like, this is our home.
People are like, we like pumpkin spice, or we like the apple cider. We're like, well, it's Husker season. Yeah. None of that fall crap.
Although I do like pumpkin spice. I'm basic like that.
There's no better smell in the world than, like, so where we are.
You're going to say something about black licorice, I know.
No. We've covered that. It tastes amazing. By the way, I want to make sure everyone knows. Crushed. Absolutely crushed.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
That's not like a podcast. One thing about me, you can ask Kristen. She's our head of performance nutrition, and we have an amazing culinary department downstairs. It's amazing. Like, I can't lie about food. Like, they asked me to judge the Heartland Food Bank asked me to judge. Like, they had a food contest.
Colicchio, yeah, he was at that, right?
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, and so they had like two amazing food writers who crushed it. And then they had me, and I'm like, they're saying words. I'm like chat GPTing what they're even saying.
You're like, this is well seasoned, chef. Right. This is great.
They got to me. They went to the gentleman. They went to the woman, and they came to me, and I was like, what am I doing here? Like, why do you care? But like, I can't lie about food. Like, I'll tell her downstairs. I'm like, hey, the things were great today. I'm like, hey, I thought the chana masala was a little like I just like I don't even know what I'm talking about. But like, so I can't lie about food. This was fantastic.
Thank you. That means so much. It really does.
You brought some more or no?
Oh yeah. We brought. You're not going home empty-handed, even though we're in your home.
So one of the best things in the world is outside of the tunnel walk, the new tunnel walk from our new thing. There's one of the original concession stands on the bottom level, and the smell of a Runza the way it smells there might even outdo what it tastes like. I mean, the smell is intoxicating. It's like I'm walking out to the field to get ready to play Wisconsin, and all I'm thinking about is like, do you think they'll hold a Runza for me for after the game? Like, that's how good it is.
We love Runza, and we like have the worst time explaining it to people, and nobody really knows.
It's a hard dish to explain because they're like, is it a sandwich? And I'm like,
I have this debate. It's more like a hot pocket. Like, it's hard. Yeah,
hot pocket with cabbage. That's how I.
We were just explaining it to. There may be things coming out about the Runza soon that I'm hoping. We were kind of pitching a story about the Runza to a big publication and trying to explain it to somebody that's like from New York City so hard because they're like, what is it? And I'm like, well, it's a sandwich. It's kind of a hot pocket,
but it's also the name of the chain.
And they're like, oh, is it the name of a dish? We're like, kind of. It's the name of the chain, but it's also the name of the dish. and they're like, okay, you're just gonna have to.
We're like, it's if the In-N-Out the dish was the In-N-Out.
Right.
Like, I don't know how else to say
it. No,
if
In-N-Out was called Animal Style, then it would make sense, but
right.
it's not. But yeah, I mean, the smell of Runza is probably the smell of Nebraska.
Especially that mushroom and Swiss one.
Yeah. Well, low key, I have to say this, and you guys are in LA. There's great burger places in LA. I mean, when Julie and I lived there, we go to Pink's, we go to all different places. Like,
have you tried Love Hour yet? It's a smash burger place.
Really?
Moose Craft also is amazing.
We're big smash burgers.
It's been a long. So I went out there this summer. I actually was filmed. There's another Nebraska person. Was many people I've learned, but they asked me to come out. So I filmed a small part in a show that's coming out this spring, as myself as the Nebraska head coach, and so. He said, now you cannot get fired next year because it's coming out this spring and you need to be the Nebraska coach. I said, I'll do my best not to get fired. So I flew out and did it, but I hadn't been out there since then. And we went to eat like one or two places, but like it brought back so many memories for Julian. Like we went out there, we had no money, and we were like, a burger was like a night out. Like, like I'll never forget. We saved up. We not saved up, but like we like didn't go out for a week or two, and then we went out to eat, and we went to the what's the place that has the what's a Chinese food place, like the chain, but like.
Oh, Mr. Chow?
No.
Like,
Panda Express?
No, like nicer, like
yeah.
PF Chang's.
PF Chang's. The PF Chang's is like down in Hollywood, right? So we went down, and went down there.
They have good green beans. Very good Szechuan green beans.
And the lettuce wraps.
The lettuce wraps are phenomenal. Fire.
How do you not bring up the lettuce wraps?
Sorry.
So we sit down. It's her and I, and like we order like. We order what we can afford to order, right? And I'm making it sound like we were really poor, but we were pretty dang poor at the time. She worked hard, and so we're eating, and these two men walk up, and they're both like 6'5", 335 pounds, and they have the same thing. And Julie will tell you, like, I can't go to a girl. I'm at a girls' volleyball game. She'll like, for my daughter. She'll be like, stop it. You're watching that girl because she runs well. She's high hip. She's athletic. Like I'm always in recruiting mode,
You're
right?
like scouting
I'm
people at a PF Chang's.
So I'm watching these two guys. I'm like, they're football players. Who are they? And I'm talking to her, and in like literally we're at this table, and there's a wall, and at the next table over is. Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and all of Destiny's Child. Like, and I told her, I said, I promised you the finest things in life. We're at dinner with Destiny's Child. But the burgers, like the burgers at Runza, I think low key are pretty dang elite. In-N-Out is no good the minute you leave California. Like I love In-N-Out. Love it.
You're not offending me, by the way. I agree with you.
The minute you get we came to Texas, and to me, if I'm in Texas, I have to eat Whataburger.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's like...
I think, I might disagree with you. I think Whataburger outside, I mean, this is going to be horrible. Everyone's going to hate me now. But Whataburger outside of Texas, I think, isn't great. In-N-Out, if you do it by price, like if you're like In-N-Out versus Whataburger versus Shake Shack, like there's no doubt that In-N-Out is the best for the price.
I'm with that, but here's what I'm saying.
But their fries are inedible.
If I'm in Philly, or if I'm in New York and I see a Shake Shack, I'm going into Shake Shack.
Oh, of course, yeah.
If I'm in LA, I'm going to In-N-Out. If I'm in Texas, I'm going to Whataburger. And I said that with a little bit of a twang.
But you really let it rip there. I like the thickness of Whataburger patties. Like for a fast food chain, I feel like they give you a burger when you order a burger. They can be, and I don't know if maybe I've been going to the wrong Whataburgers. They don't season it that well.
Interesting.
But I also...
It's hit or miss. Well, you know what isn't hit or miss? Runza. So I think I've never actually had their burgers there.
Oh,
because why would you get anything but the Runza? Like,
here's why. So we would get them for our scout team when we win, and we bring in a ton of Runzas, and we bring in a ton of burgers, and we just put them all out. So naturally, like you have a Runza, then a couple minutes later you have another Runza, the other kind, and then whatever they kind they get, and then the next time you're like, you know what, I might as well have a burger. And I was like, these burgers, and when you start saying that to people, they're like, it's a kind of a
so we're going to start
secret.
Noticing that.
Yes,
I think the best fast food burger, other than In-N-Out and Shake Shack, is probably Culver's. I really think Culver's is good.
Solid.
But this is obviously...
Have you had Stella's in Bellevue?
Oh,
yeah. You have.
Stella's is fantastic.
We try to take everybody there.
When anyone comes in from LA, we're like, we're going to go to the Drover.
They're all like, everyone's always like, oh, this isn't a smash burger. We're like, no, it's the exact opposite of one. It's like an obese burger.
It's the Drover is, like, there's something about going to a salad bar, getting up and then getting
post-COVID salad bar.
That's right.
Yeah.
With those like tin plates
they're cold.
Oh yeah, they're definitely in the freezer.
The fact that they're cold is amazing. Like, because it's not like you're not overwhelmed by the fixings. It's like, do I want carrots or some cheese? It's very basic, but the cold plate just makes you happy.
There are no restaurants in Omaha that become a staple unless they've burned down twice.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Like most of these places have burned down a couple
Really?
times. Yeah.
My favorite part about the Drover is that you have to have really good eyesight to eat there because it's so dark.
Yes.
So
I'm like always like, I gotta go to is it optometrist? Well, I don't know what the eye doctors call them anymore. But whenever I'm in there, I'm like, I can't see shit. in a good way.
Yeah, no, but I'm at the point now where I have my iPhone out and I'm like shining the light everywhere I go. But there, like, I had never had, like, you go to, was it Gorat's Grats? You go there. I had never had like a whiskey rubbed
Whiskey
ribeye. What do they call it?
They just marinated in whiskey.
But it's fantastic. Oh,
it's so good. I think as a Nebraskan, I'm proud that we have claimed that. Like, it's just a great idea.
But I think, like, you look at the Omaha food scene now. You say to yourself, in my opinion, the Drover. You have these iconic places, but you have Drover. I'm gonna say Yoshitomo, obviously. I'm gonna say Au Courant for James Beard Awards, the Boiler Room. Like, there's and many more. Like the food scene there is elite. You come over here to Lincoln, and like it's starting to grow. Like the Pede family who did our collective, they put Casa Bovina out off of 80, and so they have the largest herd of Piedmontese beef in the United States. So they put a steakhouse in, right? Well, now their wine's in Wine Spectator. Their wine list. I'll send to my friends in Manhattan. They'll be like, "Are you in town?" I'm like, "No, I'm in Lincoln, baby. Come on, see me."
I think Nebraska is going through like a cultural renaissance right now. I think the thing that I hate the most is when people call it a flyover state. If you're a loser, you're flying over our state. If you know what's up, you're spending time here.
That's right.
People just don't know that. I don't know why they don't know that. We're trying to make change
also,
that narrative.
why is it that our like sushi is so good to the point that even like Sushi Blue is in Chicago now?
That's right.
Right.
And the original one is here in Omaha, right? Like, like, no doubt. Well, I think part of it is like too, like, even when you drive through the state, it's like you're on 80. Well, in recruiting, what I've learned is you get off 80 and you start driving through the towns, and like, it is beautiful. Like, I'm not a very good golfer, but I like to go play golf. Going out to like the Sand Hills, going out to Grable, going out to Caprock, like, you go through this state, and what's happening is as those things are starting to get out, I go out to play golf at these places, and I see more people I know from Manhattan. I see more people I know from Philly that know what's here, and they don't want people to know. They're trying to keep it quiet.
We get texts all the time. Hey, we're going to be in Nebraska. We're playing the Arnold Palmer course, or we're playing. Is it the Sand Hills course? That's like impossible to get it. There's one that on the west side that's like impossible to get it.
Yeah, so Sand Hills is really hard to get onto. Caprock's really, Dismal River is hard to get onto, and then Landman, which is just over the Wall Street Journal just called Landman the hardest reservation to get. It's just over the border, I think, into South Dakota, but it's still right here. Like, they're impossible to get onto. But you know what? Like people are dying. They come out here. They're dying to come out here for those things. The College World Series might be the most fun I've ever had. Yeah. I mean, I like parties and I like people, and like, it's an amazing time.
You like the energy and the atmosphere.
Exactly right.
That's the best thing I think about sports is like everybody comes together and basically parties while a thing happens. Exactly right. That is what it is. Like, I
love when my sister, like, she lived in Brooklyn forever, and then she moved out to like North Jersey, and I love like sending her like my tax bill, and like, I'm like, you could have like 50 acres here for what you're paying for your house there, like,
or 500 acres.
That's right, no doubt. And guess what? I can get on a plane in Omaha and be in LAX in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I can be at LaGuardia or Canada. Like, you can go, and that's what I've learned about a lot of people in Omaha and Nebraska. Like, they live here, and then they go all different places. They travel
everywhere,
and it's all easy flight.
That was our thing. Is like, we travel basically for a living, as do you. And I want to be somewhere that's like wholesome when we're
and
not
easy
traveling.
to live.
And I don't want to be stuck. Okay, we just like are so done with LAX, like that worst airport on earth. Like, if you travel, I don't know why we fly out of there. But going to Eppley, where like it takes you 10 minutes to go through security. I mean, to get to your gate from getting out of your car.
And for some reason, TSA pre-check at Eppley is like clear everywhere else. Like, no one has it here. So you have pre-check and you're in and out.
I used to use LAX when I lived there. I used LAX all the time, and then recruiting I used it. This year, I was
in and out of Van Nuys now.
Well, I went out of LAX. Well, like the drive around LAX was worse than getting through TSA.
Yeah, you're stuck in that loop for like.
When we bought our house in Palm Springs, was because of the you can't get picked up when you land.
Yeah,
we were like not doing that ever.
Right. Wow.
We're like that's. I mean, just getting to LAX can take you 2 hours. We're like, this day
guys,
is already
this is probably
6
the
hours.
most interesting conversation that the people want to hear. They want to hear us bitching about LAX traffic.
Well, but I think the people in Nebraska will be like, yeah, you know what, we do have it pretty good. Like, I leave here when my family was still in Charlotte. I would leave here like an hour and 45 minutes before my flight, get there in 45 minutes to an hour, go through security, wait 20 minutes till boarding, get on my flight, fly to Charlotte, get out in Charlotte, and drive 20 minutes to the house. And it was like, that's like being in traffic other places.
It's
like,
a lot.
It was a pretty easy trip.
I think it's an equation. Like, best place to live that's easy and has great food and has great atmosphere and is affordable and has low taxes and it's like where does it fit in your list of priorities? For some people, it's like our friends, like they're never going to leave LA or they're never going to leave New York because they want to go to a concert or a Broadway show or eat at that restaurant or go see this thing. And it's like, yeah, if you care about that, I get why you live there.
Yeah, but what's great is they're talking about our restaurants now. That's never happened before.
No, like I said, I think we're going through a cultural renaissance. I think things are changing here. I think people's perspective on what's happening here is changing in the best way possible, and it can't happen fast enough, and it is happening. It's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so my recruiting questions. All right. I'm nervous because you guys
Like
hated some of my can't. No, it's usually like just a thought, one or two thought. We'll do one, and this is what I always ask you. So like I would never ask you guys a music question, but it's actually what I ask recruits. All right, you're stuck on a deserted island. It's just you. You guys don't even get to see each other. Like you're on your own island. You're how old?
31.
Oh my gosh. 31. So you're gonna live another,
Oh yeah, let's calculate it to the day.
Yes. I'm saying you're gonna live past 100, right? So by then, like everyone's gonna live past 100.
Okay, you're rounding up.
Okay. So you're on a deserted island. You can only listen to one artist for the rest of your life.
Stevie Wonder.
Oh,
Easy. For me.
I would say that.
Good days, bad days.
He's got some sad songs too.
Yeah, I'm with you. Christmas, holidays, and I want to make one caveat. Like I talked about Destiny's Child. If you pick Beyonce, you also get Destiny's Child.
So if they were in a group.
Yes, like you pick
If I
John
pick
Lennon,
Doobie
you get
Brothers,
the Beatles.
do I
Yes.
also get Michael McDonald?
You do.
Okay. This is
What
good.
a
This is
fool
noted.
believes.
That's my favorite. One of my favorite songs. I mean,
You guys are so much fun. You actually got me to sing on camera. Like that's going to be such a bad
should
outtake
I
for me
do the
later.
harmony for you?
No one wants
That song is so vocally. I just did that song at
We did that once for karaoke and embarrassed ourselves.
no.
Really?
Such a high, so high to sing.
We did it. Paul Rudd is a good friend of ours. We just stayed at his house and did karaoke, and I picked "What a Fool Believes." And the second it started, I was like, "Oh, I'm a idiot!" Like this is the hardest song to do karaoke. All of it is like Michael McDonald doing like the top of his range.
I love this. I love that.
That's also me. I'm like, I'm gonna go for
He
it.
also played the penny whistle to cover you up.
He did.
You did say you have to just go for it sometimes, just not care what anybody thinks.
But
or just-
also, like, I hate karaoke.
That's the mentality. That's the mentality that causes embarrassing situations.
what did you go with?
I think I still pick Stevie Wonder just because his.
No, I mean at karaoke. What did you pick?
I picked a bunch of stuff. I did. What did I do?
You did. Well, we each did quite a few things. You did.
It's a good sign of a good night, I think.
Oh yeah. I mean, now you're putting me under the spot.
Do I do Stevie Wonder? I know I did.
Yeah, which is also the worst karaoke
Amarillo by
song.
Morning, George Strait.
All right. All right.
Candyman, Sammy Davis Jr., obviously.
Would kind of become our theme song now.
I love that.
It's a good one.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, yeah. So before we did Candy, that was also my favorite Sammy Davis Jr. song.
Interesting.
It's got good energy, that song.
I like it.
Okay, wait, I didn't answer your question. I'm
No,
stuck on a deserted island.
he's going with Stevie
Yeah.
Wonder.
I'm not backing off that.
I
at all.
respect
I'm
it.
picking Stevie
I think
Wonder.
I'd go with Miles Davis because there's a lot there. There's a huge discography. Like, I would be covered for a while. Like, I got probably 40 albums I could be sitting with. But it is also instrumental, so maybe I'd...
That would have been my second pick, so I agree with you.
Okay. Yeah, that's my final answer, Miles Davis.
I love it.
Yeah. What about you?
So it's changed over the years. For many years, it was Michael Jackson. I feel like I got the Jackson 5. I got all the Jacksons. I got obviously all his work. Then it became Dave Matthews because I could just put on live at Central Park and just chill for a couple hours. And now I would say it's probably Bob Marley because then I get the Wailers, I get Bunny Wailer, I get his kids, I get Ziggy.
You get his kids?
Yeah, I get Ziggy.
When did the kids come into this?
If you're stuck on a deserted island, picking Bob Marley would be the chillest way to be stuck
I'm
on
just
an
saying,
island.
just go with it, right?
Dude, he's been recruiting people for years. He's had these answers before.
Right,
That's
right.
right. Yeah, I didn't think about it.
These are battle tested.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's actually really unfair for everybody else.
That's
You know?
right. It's funny. You really get to know somebody really quickly. I think the most popular answer in the last 5 years is Drake. That's probably the most popular answer I get. But I get some I get some George Strait every once in a while.
Yeah.
I get some way different answers. So it's a good way to see who people are.
Did mine make me come off too intellectual, probably?
No, I think Miles Davis. That's a great answer, and it's fit to who you are. Okay, I'm afraid to ask you this one other question.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm afraid to ask you this.
You don't
but
have
I'm
to
gonna,
be
I'm gonna-
afraid.
Is the movie Whiplash to you a movie that you're like, you hate it? Like I would watch a football movie and be like, that's so fake.
Hated that thing was basically a documentary.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was exactly how it was.
we hated
Really?
we hated our music universe.
We're
Like
very vocal about how
Yeah.
much we hated music school.
we think we had the best public school music education anyone could have here in Nebraska. But the second we went to New York City, it was like Whiplash.
We were-
It's so accurate. It's terrible.
Really?
Yes.
We had to get teachers into restaurants for dinner just to like
Pass
them-
midterms because like that's how aggressive they were.
It was crazy, and we were also working at the time, so we had a lot of like other jealous. The teachers were jealous, and some of the kids were, so they hated us the most. I'd say.
We got all of their anger at like not making it as a professional musician and then turning into a professor was directed right on
right
us.
at us for some reason because
Like generational trauma directed at us.
it was exactly like Whiplash. We didn't get physically abused. I'm not saying that. It just happens in the movie.
Allegedly.
But yeah, I would like. We don't recommend it to people.
The movie, the music school.
Music school.
I like, 'cause it's one of my favorite movies. So I'm like,
It's
oh
a
God.
great movie.
I mean, it's
It makes you feel like you were there for sure.
Yeah.
It's too real for me.
Okay, I
like
understand that.
it's very much like you need to be the best. Nothing but the best is acceptable, and like they're willing to break you down to your core to like turn you into that. Like they want you to turn out into a diamond at the end.
And that's kind of what they're teaching. And then they don't teach you how to like use a microphone or how to record yourself or how to perform on like a stage or how to make a set list or anything that actually practically helps you.
wow.
In my experience with like higher education, music education, they teach you how to become a professor, not an artist, not a
Really?
musician. And I don't know if that's the way like
By the way, everyone that we've talked to that has done that for music school and it has made it, all agree with us.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you can ask all of them.
So as you guys left there, like, was there anybody were there pivotal people in your lives who like helped you figure out like how to turn the microphone on, but how to be a performer, not, you know?
Our first day when we moved to New York City, we bumped into this guy, Jon Batiste, on the subway, who's like now a huge artist. At the time, we knew who he was as like a piano player. Like he wasn't like a superstar at the time. He was a superstar as a musician, but like nobody knew who he was. We bumped into him and we were like, hey, like we have a bunch of mutual friends. Like we should probably jam sometime. And he's like, what are you guys
How
doing
about
tonight? And we were like, yeah, like just shoot us the address. It was Lincoln Center.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was our first day in New York City. And now he's gone on to be an incredible.
Back to the music, like the music school part, we had teachers, who was that? Nobody knew who Jon Batiste was. We're like, just wait. We were like touring with the guy at the time, and all the teachers were like, why are you touring with this guy? Who is this guy? Now he's the biggest musician on planet Earth, and we're the ones that look like idiots in class because we're the ones playing with them. I mean, it's like, if
And
there's
then now that add 5 or 10 more artists that we were playing with in college, that kind of happened too.
Really?
Like we would just be like, we love this person. We would see them out and about in New York. We'd say, let's jam. And then like it led to like us performing with them, recording with them, going on tour with them. And it's the other good thing about being horn players is like we kind of fit everywhere. Like if it's like hip hop, like we fit on hip hop. If it's classical music, which we don't do a lot of, like it's
What a great example.
To really do that, but like jazz obviously fits very well. Rock, it fits very well. So we've played with so many different artists in every kind of genre because we're versatile and we find our place amongst their sound. And it's a gift as a horn player because we're not singers, like we don't do lyrics, like we just kind of get to hide in our little thing and do it.
but also we don't ever get bored because we never do the same thing twice.
Interesting. I love that. Do you still, as you're out playing or you're just listening to somebody, do you still come across people like that you can tell they're going to be great, but people just don't know who they are yet?
I'd say we probably could. We're not as much in tune with that
I
now.
think social media has changed that a bit. Like before social media, it was like, oh, like it's gonna just take one agent to see this guy.
Now
Yeah.
it's like, oh, they have 1 million followers.
Right. It's not even like really about talent anymore. It's like how many people are like engaging with whatever you're doing, which
Right.
doesn't necessarily equate to like skill.
In New York at that time, it was like, that's raw talent. That's going to be something. It's obvious to everybody here.
Huh. One of the things that's hard, like for me now, like this is my 13th year as a head coach, is like finding like the next young great assistant. Like I can get the established guys like Coach Holgerson, but because it used to be as I was coming up, I was working camps, I'd work with somebody like, that guy's really good. Or I was on the road recruiting all the time. I'd say, oh, I hired a high school coach in Texas, Joey McGuire, is now the head coach of Texas Tech. The first day I met him, I'm like, he's going to be a head coach. The head coach of Syracuse I gave him his first job. He's an amazing coach. And I was like, he's going to be a head coach. Now, like, I'm just kind of doing all these other things now. And it's hard to like stay connected to those people. But it's interesting what you say about social media, like who my kids listen to is so different than like who I listen to, because they're listening to people based upon
the Spotify algorithm or what.
That's right.
As a coach, do you prefer somebody who's like naturally born gifted, or somebody that could learn how to do it? Because I think that's another good parallel between music
right
and in athletics, is like somebody who's naturally gifted, that you can't teach maybe necessarily how to do what they're doing. Is that instinct better, or is it somebody that I can maybe train into something?
I think it depends on what the job is. Like I think like there's certain play callers who they just see the game and they see what's happening, and I believe like a lot of it's like over time and reps, maybe you can develop some of that, but some people just have a gift. And so I want to take those guys for those jobs. There's other jobs where it's just like, this guy's just like, I want an offensive line coach who works, 100 hours a week, and he's been working 100 hours a week forever. But I've always felt like, for a long time in my career, because we do things a little differently, I didn't want people who were like mercenaries. Like I wanted people that wanted to come in, entry level, work their way up through our program, learn how we did things, and then almost become like a zealot. Like, hey, I believe in this way. My evolution has been to then, like I hired Dana Holgerson, who's been a head coach. And what it's allowed me to do is take some pressure off me, where I have someone else in the building who's done my job and has been like, Matt, what about this? And so I'm kind of having this rebirth, hiring some guys. Mike Eckler had been here, was at Tennessee, and he came back. Hiring some guys who didn't come up through me, but they have great perspective because they've been other places. And so I end up getting all the knowledge that Mike Eckler got from Bob Stoops, all the knowledge he got from Bill Snyder. So I think it's a balance, but I think I try to hire a bunch of young kids, and I always say to myself, hire 5 and find the 2 that I don't want to let leave the building, and don't let them leave the building. Like I have a young lady that works in recruiting. Like I won't let her leave the building. I have a strength coach downstairs who like is an absolute game changer. Kristen, who runs nutrition. So like I won't let them leave the building. They have to stay because they just are so gifted and they believe in what we're doing. But I've learned now, like, hey, you know what? Go find the best in the world and bring them in, and they'll make my job easier, right? And they'll make our team better, which is the most important thing,
And then on top of that, you also have to find people that like work well with the team you already have established, right? Which is kind of a whole other curveball.
Well, I think a lot of that is just, it's integrity. Like if you think about being a coach, like you have to have the knowledge, right? Like just like, like you have to know how to play the instrument. You have to know how to play the music. So they have to have the knowledge, but then after that, they have to be able to teach it. Like they have to be able to apply,
translate it to others.
And so some people know a lot, they just can't communicate. But then I'm looking for like an integrity, like where they care about the players, because like,
they're not here for the money.
That's right. I mean, like, and I want them to get paid well. But like, if the players know that they don't care about them, it's so hard for them to trust them. And there's so many things that we're going to ask them to do. We're taking somebody in at 17 and 18, and we're seeing what they're going to be at 22. And they're going through their 2 weeks in. They're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do this. They have to have someone there that like they trust and believe in. I don't want that experience. I don't want guys leaving saying how you guys felt like, oh, they just wanted to use me, and a lot of kids feel that's why there's 1,000 kids in the transfer portal every year, because they all feel that way, as opposed to like, hey, I believe in you, but I believe in you so much. If you're not at study hall, you're gonna be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Like you have to have discipline, accountability. But I need to find coaches who have the integrity that they care about the players, and they care about the coaches they work with. You can't come in and have it be all about you. There's nothing worse than working with a narcissist, man. I read a great book years ago. It was called The No Asshole Rule.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just you put one of those in the building, and it just changes everything.
Yeah, it's a toxic energy.
Exactly right. And you guys are creating, and we want to create. And so when you're creating, like whether we're trying to create better lives for our players, we're trying to create a great culture. It's like, one bad person ruins 15 feet worth of people,
I'd much rather have a drummer that we love hanging out with that isn't the best than somebody who's the best and not a good person to be around.
That's exactly
any
right.
day of the week.
That's right. There's a synergy to that, right? Like there's and like you said, I think you said something earlier, like, hey, if something goes out and all of a sudden the drummer had to pick up, like you have to have people there who are willing to like to lay it on the line. Like I always look at teams. It's in football. You'll now that I've said this, you'll think about this. When the other team hits a big play, And on bad teams, you'll see the defensive backs running after the big play. When the guy's going to score, they'll stop running and they'll pull off because they don't want to be in the frame when the guy scores the touchdown because people might think it was their fault. And I always tell our guys, like, I just want to coach guys who sprint to the goal line and dive.
You don't care about the optics.
That's right. They don't care. They care about their teammates and they care about trying to win. And so that's hard to do. Like, especially in a culture where, like, you know, like someone might make a meme of you and they might make fun of you, but like just trying to get guys to. And so I think we've done it. And once you do it, I think you have to protect it.
Well, I think something that's kind of problematic with the culture, the way things are now, is people are there for the accomplishment, not really the journey. And like the journey is people. It's backwards. People don't realize the only way you get to the accomplishment is if you're there, committed for the journey.
That's it.
And people just want the end result. They don't want what gets you to the actual end result.
That's exactly right. That's why, like, I go back to Kobe. Like, I always go back. You know, his first year or his first, second playoff, whatever it was, he missed 3 air balls at the end in overtime, and he goes that night and he starts shooting all night. And you can say, well, you learn from his adversity, but like his story isn't just all the things that he did. His story is, you tell these stories about him waking up at 4 a.m. Like it's all this stuff that is greatness. And so like now, and unfortunately he's gone, you know, but like I can show my kids, I can show my players, like this is what greatness looks like. And it's not a one day thing. It's all these things over time. And I think that's what, you know, that's our job as coaches. That's our job as anybody, like mentors. We're trying to just kind of like these old school things that no one thinks are still real. They're probably more real than ever. Right. So finding a way to get that done.
It's amazing, and it's been amazing to witness. And Coach, thank you so much for having us today.
Oh, we love it. Thank you, guys.
It's an honor to be in here and in this building and see kind of behind the curtain what happens at the University of Nebraska. It's just amazing.
Well, I'm looking forward to having you guys on the sidelines again, and for you to take your time to do this with me is a tremendous honor. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that's it. Another episode in the can. Please remember to like, share, or subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And please follow @House Rhules on socials. Until next time.